Hello and welcome back to my workbench. It is time once again to fix something. Today on the workbench I have another PS5 Fat Edition that is supposed to be no power. Supposed to be. We'll find out how no power it is right about now. I'll give it a little bit of AC input. Power supply started. I saw that dip. So, does it make noises? Does it do anything? No. So is this just a dead south bridge? Eject, nothing. Maybe just a dead south bridge on this one. I was hoping it'd be something more complicated than that. But yeah, no noises, no beeps, no lights. Okay, let's get the covers off. Factory sealed. Wow, that's hard to believe. Why is there one screw missing? Two screws missing. Three screws missing. Four screws missing. What? What happened here? Like somebody's been applying heat to this thing. All right, board is out, and several screws were missing, but I can tell when I went to separate, the metal shield and stuff. This thing had never been taken apart, not fully. I wasn't sure if they had removed the security tape and put back a fake one or something, but no, it has not been completely. I think somebody just stole some screws out of it, probably to put into another console. So what I want to do is go ahead and give this board 12 volts. And see what kind of current draw we get to give me a clue of what's going on with it. Let me lower this current. I don't need quite that much. Oops, wrong button. Half an amp is fine with me. Okay, now I'm going to give it 12 volts. What do we get? Very, very dead. Very, very dead. Let's just leave that on and see what rails we have and what we don't have. Do we have our 3.3? No, we do not. We do not have our 1. Do we have 5 volts? Do we have 5 volts? No. Do we have 12 volts? We do have 12 volts getting in there. All right, that's a start. So here's our 5 volt DC-DC converter here. That is putting out a whole lot of nothing. All right, let me kill the 12 volts. Do we have a short right here? Continuity mode. Do you have a short on the 5 volt rail? We do, on the output. Okay. So it goes to several places. So the short could be in several places. Completely shorted. How low? Let me go to resistance. I want to see how low this is. Okay, that's pretty good. My leads are nulled out pretty good there, it looks like. What's the resistance to ground? 0.07? That is low. So is it a capacitor over here? In which case I would have thought it would have blown F7003. Or is it a capacitor a little closer to home over here, closer to the source? That's the question. The only thing on the back is this electrolytic capacitor, as far as the 5 volts is concerned. I don't really see a lot of ceramics on the output side right here. Let's look at some of these under the microscope around the main standby power DC-DC converter over here. And I haven't looked to see which one it is, if it's an RT5126 or it is an RT5126. Okay. Do any of these capacitors look just plain bad? No. Nothing terribly obvious anyway. Take a glance at the opposite side of the board, because I have seen some of these fail. And it could be one of these, but it's not going to make it obvious. I believe that's that 1.95 rail that's used by the RT5126. Okay, it's not going to make it obvious, I guess. Is it on the USB ports? Didn't those used to short? Remember these right here? I'm sure if I check, I'll have a short, but I mean, if it's all paralleled, it's all paralleled. Let's see, continuity mode, like right here. Yeah, but I don't see a crack in either one of those. But those are a common place for a 5-volt rail short. So, all right, I guess it's thermal camera time. I'll connect some voltage to probably inject right over here on the 5 volts out and see if we can figure out something that's getting hot. Maybe I'll just solder a wire right to the output of that coil right there. Let me just do that. Just to make it a little bit easier. And I'm hoping this short jumps out at us. There's going to be some current. I'll probably just give it like 1 volt or something. I mean, it's like 1/10 of an ohm resistance. We should get some heat somewhere. There's going to be enough current flowing. Let's see what happens. Let's see. All right, I'm going to use the second channel of my scope, which is set for 1 volt at the second channel of my power supply, I'm sorry, which is set for 1 volt at 3 amps. Get that out of the way. Where is my thermal camera? Wake it up. Oops. Let it find itself. Connect my wire. So where's it going to be? I'm thinking one of these over here. Could be the USB one, but I'm thinking one of the ones over here. Could be on the other side of the board. Alrighty. Let's see what we can find. Okay, I'm going to turn on this power supply. 1 volt, 3.1 amps. Yeah, I'm connected. Ooh. 1.5 watts being dissipated somewhere. Where is it? don't see it over here. Oh, there it is. So it's going to be the one on the USB ports. Right there. Yep. So I was wrong. It was the one on the USB port. Let's get that off of there. Let's see. It was the left one right here. Yeah. It was glowing nicely. I'm going to add a little bit of leaded solder to this, just to speed along its removal. There it goes. So, here's our short going. I would hope so. Back in continuity mode. Yep. Short is gone. Checking on that coil for the 5-volt. Okay. And if I connect my 12-volt leads, channel 1 of my supply again, right there. Let's give it 12 volts. Do we get a normal looking initialization? We do indeed. 300 milliamps. And come back down. She is alive. All right, let me get that capacitor replaced. I think I have some of those. If not, I'll get a donor, but we'll get it changed out. And that capacitor is a 22 microfarad size 0603, and I have some here ready for 10 volts. That should do nicely. Looks like I've used some before. Probably for this exact same reason. Let's see if we can get it installed. Turn this board to make it easier for me to hold it. All right, almost time to go back in the chassis and test it. I need to do something about this dry spot though, and this large hair top of the APU. We'll get that fixed up though, and we'll slip it into the chassis. Well, our capacitor is replaced. Liquid metal has been straightened out. It's time to see if she will now turn on, and she will indeed. Can we get a picture? Not yet. Flashing, flashing. I think it's thinking about it. Come on, there we go. She's going to come back. Okay. I may go ahead and replace the HDMI port on this thing while I've got it out. Well, I've got it still not fully, all the screws back in it. It's got one of those original ports, and I don't really like them. They're not very good quality. But otherwise, yeah, this is a pretty simple one. So let me do that. There she comes up. And then we'll put it back all together completely. That I'm going to check the firmware version on it, because this thing could have been sitting around in a closet for a while. That's what I'm wondering. And as I expected, it has been sitting in a closet for a while. Nice. Well, here she is, fully reassembled, all cleaned up. New HDMI port. I've replaced several missing screws. Not sure why they stole the screws out of it, but they did. But yeah, she's working fine, and she's on some rather old firmware, so that's always a plus. So another one saved from the scrap pile. Well, I hope you liked that one. Thought it was somewhat interesting, educational, entertaining, any of the above. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in that very next repair. So long for now.